Welcome to Before the Council, a reading of the Revere City Council agenda for the meeting of Monday, September 17th, 2018. There are 35 items on the agenda this week. Coverage begins at 5 p.m. with the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee meeting, chaired by Councilor Anthony T. Zambuto. He is scheduled to be joined by Councilor Joanne M. McKenna, Councilor Stephen Morabito, Councilor Charles J. Patch Sr., and Councilor John F. Powers. The committee will discuss the following items. First, pursuant to Council Order 18-011, an ordinance relative to abandoned bicycles. Second, pursuant to Council Order 18-022, this is regarding the motion by Councilor Novoselsky relative to property address reassignments. Third, pursuant to Council Order 18-036, this is regarding an ordinance prohibiting disposable plastic bags. Fourth, pursuant to Council Order 18-037, this is regarding an ordinance relative to snow, slush, and ice removal on sidewalks. Fifth, pursuant to Council Order 18-069, motion presented by Councilor Rotundo relative to the establishment of a Citizen Review Board. Sixth, pursuant to Council Order 18-102, this is regarding the motion of Councilor Guanasso relative to the regulation of short-term rentals. Seventh, pursuant to Council Order 18-159, this is the motion presented by Councilors Giannino and McKenna relative to the prohibition of plastic straws. And eighth, pursuant to Council Order 18-233, an ordinance relative to clean and healthy parks. At 6 p.m., we move on to the Revere City Council meeting, which begins with a salute to the flag. And calendar item number 1, the roll call of members. Calendar item number 2, the approval of the journal of the regular meeting of August 27th, 2018. In accordance with Rule 23 of the City Council Rules of Order, the following motions or communications are being reported out of committee with a recommendation to be placed on file. Calendar item number 3, pursuant to Council Order 18-048, this is a motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the City of Revere work with the MGH, the Cambridge Health Alliance, and North Suffolk Mental Health to conduct a community health assessment. The objective of this assessment is to determine the various types of illnesses our community faces. Additionally, that this health survey take into account citizens receiving home care and medical calls in the city over a one-year period. The survey should be broken down by adult and pediatric. Calendar item number 4, pursuant to Council Order 18-139, this is regarding the communication from the mayor relative to the reappointment of Menino Construction Incorporated as a licensed drain layer. Calendar item number 5, pursuant to Council Order 18-162, this is regarding the communication of the mayor relative to the Revere Police Organizational Review. Calendar item number 6, pursuant to Council Order 18-174, this is regarding the motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the mayor requests the fire chief to have an ambulance stationed at the Point of Pines fire station as soon as possible. In accordance with Rule 23 of the City Council's Rules of Order, the preceding motions or communications are being reported out of committee with the recommendation that they be placed on file. Calendar item number 7 begins the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee report. Pursuant to Council Order 18-011, this is regarding an ordinance relative to abandoned bicycles. Calendar item number 8. Pursuant to Council Order 18-022, this is regarding the motion presented by Councilor Novoselsky that the city engineer and a member of the Election Commission appear to discuss the reassignment of property addresses. Calendar item number 9. Pursuant to Council Order 18-036, this is regarding an ordinance prohibiting the distribution of single-use disposable plastic shopping bags. Calendar item number 10. Pursuant to Council Order 18-037, this is regarding an ordinance relative to snow, slush, and ice on sidewalks. Calendar item number 11, pursuant to Council Order 18-069, This is regarding the motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that a citizen review board be established, further that an online citizen complaint form be placed online and be utilized to make complaints and suggestions or compliments regarding any city employee. Calendar item number 12, pursuant to Council Order 18-102. This is regarding the motion presented by Councilor Guanasso that the mayor requests the city solicitor and the building inspector to draft an ordinance regulating short-term rentals, Airbnb, HomeAway, VRBO, etc., similar to that of Boston. Calendar item number 13. Pursuant to Council Order 18-159, this is regarding the motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna and Council President Janino that the city clerk be requested to research and draft an ordinance banning plastic straws and stirrers. It was brought to our attention from the DCR, the Revere Beautification Committee, and the Beachmont Improvement Committee that plastic straws and stirrers are the #1 items littering Revere Beach. As sand fills the straws, they get buried under the sand. This makes it impossible to remove straws during beach cleanups. Not only are plastic straws detrimental to Revere Beach, but they are environmentally toxic to sea life. Calendar item number 14, pursuant to Council Order 18-233. This is an ordinance promoting clean and healthy parks and designating such as drug, alcohol, tobacco, and weapon-free zones. And that concludes the Legislative Affairs Subcommittee report. Calendar item number 15 begins the Zoning Subcommittee report of September 12, 2018. Pursuant to Council Order 18-231, this is a motion presented by Councilor Keith that the mayor requests the city solicitor to revise Boston's short-term rental ordinance to be applicable to the city of Revere. There has been a steady increase in the number of homes and condominiums being purchased for the sole purpose of operating short-term rental businesses, thus reducing housing stock for families and individuals looking to purchase a property in Revere to live permanently. Boston's new short-term rental ordinance addresses this aspect of the short-term rental problem. Calendar item number 16. Pursuant to Council Order 18-249, this is regarding an ordinance further amending the zoning ordinances of the city of Revere relative to the limited industrial district. And calendar item number 17, the final one under the zoning subcommittee report, pursuant to Council Order 18-269, an ordinance further amending the zoning map of the city of Revere, Section 1, Title 17 of the revised ordinances of the city of Revere and the zoning map provided by Section 17.12.020 of said title is hereby amended by changing tax map 34, Block 466A, Lot 1, Morris Street, and tax map 34, Block 466A, Lot 17, Teresa Avenue, from Residence B, that is RB, to Highway Business, HB. Communications, calendar item number 18, pursuant to Council Order 18-286. This is a communication from Capital Environment, LLC, relative to Mass DEP, RTN 3-31138, 135 American Legion Highway, Lot 1B. Dated August 27th, 2018, dear Revere City Council. On behalf of Atlantic Revere Realty, LLC, Capital Environmental, LLC, Capital, will be submitting an activity and use limitation, AUL, to the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, Mass DEP, for release tracking number RTN 3-31138, associated with the above referenced property, the site, in accordance with 310 CMR 40.1074, 1D, of the Massachusetts Contingency Plan, MCP. This letter serves as a required 30-day notice of AUL filing. A copy of the property deed is included in Appendix A. An AUL was previously filed with the Suffolk County Registry of Deeds on April 12, 2017, under Book 57799, page 64. This AUL will be terminated and replaced with some minor corrections. In October 2012, a release of an estimated 8,000 pounds of anhydrous ammonia and approximately 300 gallons of Hygrol, triethylene glycol, occurred at the site. As a result of this release, dissolved phase contamination is present in the AUL area, given the proximity of the release area to the surface water, and to ensure that any future contemplated subsurface work does not alter exposure pathway conditions and evaluations, an AUL has been placed on the site to prevent this potential pathway from being realized. The AUL restricts dewatering of the area unless such activity is first evaluated by a licensed site professional who renders an opinion that states that such dewatering activity is consistent with maintaining a condition of no significant risk. In order to maintain regulatory closure at the site, Atlantic Revere Realty LLC has chosen the approved methodology of an AUL as an institutional control at the site to restrict future use of the area subject to the AUL. An activity and use limitation map depicting the area subject to the AUL is included in Appendix B. The MCP requires that we wait until 30 days after you receive this notice to record the AUL unless you agree to waive this waiting period. If you agree to waive the waiting period, please so indicate by signing the enclosed copy of this letter and returning it to Capital. Sincerely, Capital Environmental, LLC, Robert S. Berger, LSP, geochemist and principal. Calendar item number 19. Pursuant to Council Order 18-287, this is a communication from Capital Environment, LLC, relative to Mass DEP RTN 3-27620-135 American Legion Highway, Lot 2. Dated August 27th, 2018, dear City of Revere, Office of the City Council. On behalf of Atlantic Revere Realty LLC, Capital Environmental LLC, Capital, will be submitting an activity and use limitation, AUL, to the Massachusetts Department of Environmental Protection, Mass DEP, for release tracking number RTN 3-27620 associated with the above referenced property, the site, in accordance with 310 CMR 40.10741D of the Massachusetts Contingency Plan, MCP. This letter serves as a required 30-day notice of AUL filing. A copy of the property deed is included in Appendix A. An AUL was previously filed with the Suffolk County Registry of Deeds on September 22nd, 2009, under Book 45523, page 212 and 232, respectively. This AUL will be terminated and replaced by some minor corrections. During the 1940s and 1950s, the area subject to the AUL was utilized as a municipal landfill. Residual impacted soil is present in the area of the AUL. Due to the historical use as a landfill, heavy metals and petroleum constituents are present at higher levels in fill below 4 feet of ground surface at the site. The soil EPCs for constituents of concern in soils located below 4 feet of ground surface within the AUL area are above the applicable Method 1 S-1/GW-2/GW-3 soil standards. The AUL has been implemented to manage potential exposures to impacted soil located on the property and to manage the potential future export of the soils from the property. The AUL restricts excavation activities that involve excavation greater than 4 feet below ground surface, except for short-term, that is 8 hours or less, utility repair in the designated area unless the excavations are conducted under a soil management plan and health and safety plan. The AUL also restricts future use of the property from residential housing and other activities where exposure to the soils by children would be potentially more frequent and intense unless within building above a protective barrier and/or when such use is first evaluated by an LSP. In order to maintain regulatory closure of the site, Atlantic Revere Realty, LLC, has chosen the approved methodology of an AUL as an institutional control at the site to restrict future use of the area subject to the AUL. An activity and use limitation map depicting the area subject to the AUL is included in Appendix B. Atlantic Revere Realty, LLC will provide you with a copy of the AUL for your signature as a property stakeholder. The MCP requires that we wait until 30 days after you receive this notice to record the AUL, unless you agree to waive this waiting period. If you do agree to waive the waiting period, please so indicate by signing the enclosed copy of this letter and returning it to Capital. Sincerely, Capital Environmental, LLC, Robert S. Berger, LSP. Calendar item number 20. Pursuant to Council Order 18-288, this is a communication from the Mayor regarding ETP funds. Dated September 11th, 2018. Dear Council members, the ETP Committee has approved the use of ETP expenditures for the attached project. The next step of the process is for the City Council to approve the appropriation. Sincerely, Brian M. Arrigo, Mayor. Dear Mayor Arrigo, please be advised that the ETP Committee has approved the use of ETP expenditures for the project below. Please forward a request to the City Council that they vote this appropriation from the ETP fund account. Thank you, Dr. Diane K. Kelly, Superintendent of Schools, co-chair of the ETP Committee. Project summary, name of applicant, City Council, amount of project, $23,125. Project title, Council Chamber Electrical and AV Upgrades. Project description, the intent of this project is to upgrade the existing infrastructure to allow 3 HD cameras to transmit HD video signals to Revere Television, to remove and replace one monitor at its current location, while the other monitor is to be installed in a new location above the relocated speaker. The existing Extron plate, equipment and wiring is to be removed, and the existing plate is to be replaced with a combination tel-data and HDMI jack. Power upgrades include new circuits on the same phase, 3 total, 2 for the Revere TV room and 1 for the Council Chamber room, to feed new UPS systems powering the AV racks and equipment. The Council Chamber UPS should be capable of being shut down via dry contact closure. Also included are reworking the existing circuit feeding the AV rack to run under the raised floor to serve a new receptacle adjacent to the Council Chamber HDMI jack, and 7 new surface-mounted receptacles on the Council Chamber benches. Calendar item number 21. Pursuant to Council Order 18-289, this is a communication from the Mayor relative to the appointment of Landmark Utilities and Site Excavation Corporation as a licensed drain layer. Dated September 11th, 2018. Dear Council members, please be advised that in accordance with the provisions of Title 13, Chapter 13.08, Section 13.08.435 of the revised ordinances of the City of Revere, as most recently amended, I hereby request that Landmark Utilities and Site Excavation Corporation of Swampscott, Massachusetts, be appointed as a licensed drain layer. Please take careful notice that all drain layer licenses expire on April 1st annually unless sooner revoked by the Mayor and the Council. Mr. Kevin Clark has been advised that he will be contacted directly by the Appointments Subcommittee with a date and time to appear before them concerning this appointment. Regards, Brian M. Arrigo, Mayor. Motions. Calendar item number 22. Pursuant to Council Order 18-290, this is a motion presented by Councilor Morabito and Councilor Keith that the Mayor conduct a feasibility study to implement LED smart crosswalks throughout the city. Further, that grants should be looked at in order to launch this SMART program. Calendar item number 23, pursuant to Council Order 18-291, motion presented by Councilor Powers that the mayor requests Verizon to remove the telephone equipment directly across from 624 Broadway, Revere, Massachusetts. In its present condition, it serves no useful purpose to the general public. This is the second request to Verizon on this matter. Calendar item number 24, pursuant to Council Order 18-292, motion presented by Councilor Rizzo and Councilor Patch that the mayor and CDM Smith appear before the City Council to discuss funding and plans for flood control pump station in the Festa Road area of the city. Funding for this project had been provided in 2015. Calendar item number 25, pursuant to Council Order 18-293. This is a motion presented by Councilor Rizzo, Councilor Guanasso, and Councilor Patch that the mayor requests the Public Works Department to restripe Charger Street extension between Squire Road and Ward Street. Calendar item number 26, pursuant to Council Order 18-294. This motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the Revere City Council go on record as supporting question 1. Calendar item number 27, pursuant to Council Order 18-295. Motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna that the mayor request all local businesses that provide shopping carts for their customers to install locking devices on the shopping carts to ensure shopping carts are not removed from the business's property. Abandoned shopping carts are a major blight on our neighborhoods. Calendar item number 28, pursuant to Council Order 18-296. This is a motion presented by Council Vice President McKenna that the mayor request Mass DOT to eliminate the no turn on red restriction at the intersection of Revere Beach Parkway and Winthrop Avenue prior to the reconstruction and reconfiguration of the traffic signals and the Winthrop Avenue Bridge project. Traffic did not back up. The restriction has been causing major traffic congestion and difficulties in merging onto Winthrop Avenue. Calendar item number 29. Pursuant to Council Order 18-297, the motion presented by Councilor Guanasso that the mayor requests the state to cut the grass and clean the debris on the median strip on American Legion Highway from Revere Street to Brown Circle. Calendar item number 30, pursuant to Council Order 18-298. This is a motion presented by Councilor Rizzo that the mayor appear before the City Council to discuss missing and or unaccounted water meters for potentially 120 homes. Calendar item number 31, pursuant to Council Order 18-299, motion presented by Councilor Patch that the mayor requests Community Development and the Department of Public Works to install new sidewalks on the northbound side of Salem Street from North Marshall Street to the Saugus line. Further, that the DPW cut back the overgrowth because pedestrians have to walk in the street at this section. Calendar item number 32, pursuant to Council Order 18-300. This is a motion presented by Councilor Rotundo that the mayor requests the parking director and the Department of Public Works superintendent to conduct a review of the parking regulations and determine if, by way of audit, violations are being issued for signage that is installed incorrectly. In addition, that the mayor requests a parking director to provide the City Council with a report that includes the amounts of parking revenue the incorrect signage has generated over the last 2 months. Calendar item number 33. Pursuant to Council Order 18-301, this is a motion presented by Councilor Powers that the Revere City Council, subject to the approval of the mayor, file special legislation for the placement of a memorial plaque in honor of a distinguished citizen of the city of Revere, Grace Hill Sinella. Said plaque should be installed at an appropriate location to be determined by the DCR near the northeast corner of the McCarthy Pavilion across from Kelly's Roast Beef. Plaque to be inscribed as follows: Grace Hill Sinella, in honor of 42 years of faithful service to the citizens of Revere, an affectionate advocate of Revere Beach. Her time is forever, everywhere is her place. November 22nd, 1939, June 6, 2018. Calendar item number 34. Pursuant to Council Order 18-302, this is a motion presented by Councilor Guanasso that the mayor requests the building inspector to appear before the City Council to explain why the owner of 37 Temple Street has been allowed to have siding in disrepair hanging from his home. In addition, that the building inspector explain why the owner of 35 Tuttle has been allowed to have a fence in disrepair leaning against the adjacent property's fence. And finally, calendar item number 35, pursuant to Council Order 18-303. This is a motion presented by Councilor Rizzo and Council Vice President McKenna that the mayor requests the appropriate authority overseeing the work being done on Winthrop Avenue and Revere Beach Parkway in the vicinity of Suffolk Downs and new development on the former Shaw's site to appear before the City Council to discuss workmanship and curb sets. And this has been before the Council, a reading of the Revere City Council agenda for the meeting of Monday, September 17th, 2018. I'm Rick Promise, and I'll see you at the Council.